Okay, so all good now. Can anyone confirm everything good? You are able to see my screen and I'm audible.
Yes, sir, Yadu, and the screen also visible.
Okay, fine. So today we are going to discuss on M unit. So first of all, like in interview, they may ask like what is M unit and why we use M unit. So first thing, M unit is similar to J unit. Okay, in Java we have J unit. If someone from Java background, then you know like J unit is used to automate the testing process. Okay, same way Munit works. Munit automate this Mulesoft testing process, and it will tell you about code coverage. Okay, so mostly like it will automate your testing process and it will tell you about code coverage. So what is code coverage means like whatever code like you develop. So means you, with the help of this Munit, you can test your or automate your entire testing. For example, if you do any change in any transform message, and due to that if it is not meeting expected requirement, then a unit will tell you, okay, this particular place is not, means whatever change you did or whatever development you did, it's not as per expected requirement. So in this way you can automate your testing process. Now in Mulesoft we have two ways to write munit. One is using munit recorder and another one is manual one. So till this point I didn't get chance to work on manual one, so I will teach you how to use this munit recorder and how this munit recorder works. Okay, manual one maybe like you can try by yourself, or maybe in future if I will try, then I will let you know what will be process for manual one. But from 4.3, when Mule Runtime 4.3, Munit giving us capability to run this Munit recorder. Okay, so we will learn and we will see how Munit recorder works. Okay, so today we will have only 1 hour session and we will go through this Munit recorder. We will see how to see code coverage, how to see how to generate this Munit test cases, and then other analysis we will see. Okay, so let's start with any one API. So I am going to take this customers API app v1 system API. So in this system API, what you need to do, you need to go inside this your mule src main mule where you have your code. Okay, so here we have this implementation flow, this one, and this one. Okay, so we will do one by one. For each flow, we will write a unit script with the help of a unit test recorder. Manual one, actually, till this point, I didn't get chance to work much more on manual work, but soon I am planning to create video and all. So I will help you to get that video, maybe after 2-3 weeks. But recorder one we will see, and we will try to cover all the scenario with the help of a unit recorder. And nowadays, like most of the like developer using this unit recorder, manual you need to do only in case of error handling. Apart of that, you can do everything with the help of this unit recorder, and it will like speed up your work also. Whatever you can do with the help of, means whatever you can do with the help of a minute recorder in 1 hour, manual will take 3-4 hours. So it speed up your work. That's why Munit, like this Mulesoft introduced this Munit recorder. Okay, only one disadvantage with Munit recorder is that in error scenario it will not work. Okay, I'm not sure like in 4.4 they have introduced this error scenario or not, but till 4.3 a Munit recorder don't support this manual one. So in that case you have to go with, sorry, error scenario is not handled by a unit recorder, so in that case you need to go on manual one. But all the happy scenario, success scenario, you can cover with the help of this unit recorder. Okay, fine. So first I will start with this api.xml. So here you can see we have API main. Okay, so if I want to run this unit recorder here, then you need to do right click and you need to go to this one. So if you want to do manual, then you have to select this option. If you want to do MUnit recorder, then you need to select this option. Click on this. Then it will asking me to deploy this application, so continue with launch. Okay, so it will take like few minutes or maybe few seconds to deploy this application. Okay, so once you will get this window, that means you are ready with MUnit testing. Okay, so actually I did some initial configuration, so I'm not getting other thing. So you need to do some initial configuration that I will show you just after this. I missed that one, or let me cancel this better, go step by step. So once you will go here, then you need to go to run configuration, and you need to create two application here. So first one is this one inside MUnit, another one is MUnit test recorder. For both of this, actually once you will select this, you will get plus option, you can create this. Okay, so for both of these, what you need to do, you can give any name. Okay, I given this name, you can give any name. So for both of this, you need to put environment, whatever environment you are configuring for this environment, local secure key Mulesoft. Same thing you need to do for this also and for this also. Okay, right now we are going to use this test recorder. Automatically this will be created if you will not do, but you will get error since this environment is not created. So again you need to come here and you need to fill this data here. Otherwise you can create before going to this before running this MUnit recorder. Okay, so anything should be fine, but you need to create this and you need to configure environment property here. Now again what I will do, since I closed that one, so I need to run it again. Okay, so we are at this stage. Okay, now what we will do, go to your Postman and you need to call your let me call this customer registration API, which will invoke this process HTTP listener and then API kit router. Okay, so what I will do, I will go here and I will call this API. Okay, once you will call this API, you will see here recording started and recording stopped. So recording is done, and then you will get this option configure test. Click on this option, then it will ask you to create one file name, so where your MUnit test script will be created. Okay, so file name anything should be fine, let it be default one. Next, then whatever components you have inside that particular flow, all those components will come here. Now what you want to do with each component, you need to define it here. Mock this processor, verify this as processor was called, spy this process, or do nothing. So we have four options. Do nothing means you don't want to do anything. In that case you will select this. Mock this processor. Mock means whatever response you are getting from this, okay, that data you will mock at this place. So next time onward you will not call external service again and again during a unit test cases. It will mock the response at this level. Okay, now next is verify this processor was called. It will just verify this processor is called or not. Okay, and next, spy the process. Spy means what is going in, what is going out, that part you will validate. Okay, in case of spy, it will check what is going in and what is going out. So it will store the input and it will store the output, and it will verify every time whenever you will run this test script, it will check same data is going in and same data going out or not. So in case of this API kit router, actually it's calling some external like next flow, from there it's getting data. So what I can do, I can mock this response instead of going to external payload again, next flow again and again. We can mock this response. Okay, so what I am mocking here, payload and variable. Okay, whatever you will mock, you need to select it here. So I just want to mock payload only, I don't want to mock variable. So this event ID and okay, this response is coming there. So what response is coming? Event ID and status. So this payload I am mocking. Okay, and then click. So here we have only one component. Okay, so you are getting one component, but next time onward we will see we will have multiple component. So click on next, then click on finish. Okay, so what it did, as it is.
Ravi, can you explain that mock means we are passing some dummy data over here?
No, mocking means whatever response we are getting, instead of calling that external service again and again when test script will run, it will take that mock data. It will not call that next part, like from there we were calling flow. So it will not call that flow. It will test with mock data.
Okay.
Okay, now if you go inside SRC test resources, so here you will get whatever SRC test unit. Here you will get what unit script we created just now, and this is the file. So what we did on flow reference, what we are doing, we are mocking this API kit. Okay, and inside input what we are giving, so this class path you can see set event payload DWL. So where you will get inside SRC test resources, open this file, set event payload DWL, set event payload DWL. See, this is our request payload. What request payload just now I passed. So what it's doing here, inside set event we are passing that request payload. Okay, and what we are doing with this, we are doing validation. We are mocking this and we are doing validation. So mocking we are doing here. Mock payload DWL, mock payload DWL. So we are mocking this data. Okay, and next we have assert payload. Where's attribute payload main
if you don't have the response like that, you have to like hard code it, like
this one means just now we opened this one,
the mock data.
Yeah, this one actually, if you will use unit recorder, automatically it will be recorded. It will capture that response.
Okay,
If
this
you will,
is response example, right?
yes, it's a response example. No, actually, in this test, particular test, when I tested this API just now, okay, so what it did, whatever request we passed, that API got some response. It mocked that response. This one is actual response. If you will test this API, then you will get this response.
Okay.
Okay. So with the help of this MUnit recorder, this actually, if you will do manual, then you have to drag and drop each component and you need to configure. But MUnit recorder, what it do, it will, like, based on that console, whatever option you will select, it will create this particular script for you. Okay, this particular MUnit test script is created. Okay, now this script is created, and if you want to perform MUnit, then what you need to do, go anywhere, or either you can go to this particular folder, do right click, and then go to MUnit, and then test this MUnit. So once you will test this, then here you can see how many flow are there, how many are executed. You will get all the records here. So it's still running. Okay, so here you can see one out of one is successful. If there will be error, then you will get error. If there will be failure or warning, you will get here. But here, in our case, we like executed one flow and that flow is successful. So here you can see detail analysis, this API main text executed. Okay, and here you will get error one, and here you will get coverage. So report will be generated at this place. So once you will click on generate report, then it will generate a report. So you can see here we have this many of flow, out of which this flow is executed, and we covered 27% of this flow. In this flow we have lots of component, and we completed 27%. Okay, now what I will do, I will increase this percentage slowly. So what I will do, now let's take this one. Okay, right click on this, sorry, right click on this, go to MUnit, record test for this field, then continue with lunch.
In the meantime, so when we deploy the application, should we have to package the unit testers together with the application?
Sorry, I didn't get.
Yeah, like when we deploy our application to Cloud Hub, for instance.
Yes.
Should you have to include the unit test cases?
Yes, correct.
In the application.
Yes. So it depends on company to company. Actually, I work for two clients, and none of the client is was more focused on MUnit. Since MUnit also takes some development effort and all, it automate the process, but it's not very useful. Okay, it's useful, like in many places, if you will do some mistake, it will help you to identify your mistakes. But this MUnit is not very useful. So many clients follow this strictly, but many clients, they don't follow this. Okay, even I work for one client, they are not using at all. They are not worried about MUnit, since it's need development effort and all, and that client has very tight deadline. Okay, so if you will focus on unit, maybe they will not able to focus on actual. This is you can say this is kind of NFA, non-functional requirement. If you will not write unit, it will not impact your overall business. It just help you to automate your testing process, so it can avoid any human mistake or and all. But as a business logic, it will never create any kind of impact. So even if you will not follow unit, it will not create any kind of problem in your business requirement.
So what the testing team does is different from unit, basically, right?
Testing
If there is if there is a testing team, it has the application. Any application has to be tested, right?
yes, that one is different. They are not doing unit. They are doing something different. They are
Okay.
doing unit testing and all. That is different.
Okay. So unit is not part of the unit testing. That you
Unit is part of unit testing, but testing team do SIT, UAT and all. So this unit is not part of that.
okay. Okay. Got it.
Ravi, so when we recorded this, we gave the local setup to configure or to execute. So when we run that again, will that always be run on the local, or we
No, no,
can
no, no.
configure on the server also, like
Server
actual
also
setup
same thing will go on server and it will run there. Okay,
so
we setup and all is not captured inside unit. It's a kind of code. So whatever code you are doing, this will work in local also, in SIT also, UAT also. Same thing. Unit is a part of code. Means it's a kind of coding only. So it will run on all server.
okay. So in case like any server or any of the step that we are processing goes down, so that test will fail because it is doing the or executing on the actual server.
No, no.
So that will have.
As I mentioned, whatever code you are developing here, it doesn't matter like you are running this code on local or SIT or UAT. Everywhere this code will work. Okay.
No, I
It
was saying like any of the step has an issue and the actual server we could not connect somehow while running. So it will log an error. That was the question.
yes. So if you are doing like, okay, I will show you that one. In POM file, you can define like how many percentage you must need to be deploy your application on server. If that percentage will not meet, then your deployment will fail. Second thing, what all file you want to consider in coverage, that also you can define. Okay, that part you will come to know later. Okay, so now we covered this particular flow and it's ready, so we can do testing. So again it's recording stopped, configure test, click on next. So I am going to do in same file. Now here you can see whatever component are there, we can see all the components. So for flow reference, just I will verify. Okay, start logger. Okay, this flow reference I will mock, not verify. This is start logger, I will just verify. This next flow reference again I will mock. This end logger I will verify. Okay, logger means just we are verifying that logger executed or not. Logger is again a part of non-functional requirement. It doesn't create any impact in our business logic. So I don't want to do any kind of verification on that. Just I will verify that logger is executed or not. We completed for all this functionality, all this component. Click on next, click on finish. So new flow created. So if you want, you can run unit one by one, run unit test for this, run unit test for this, or if you want, you can run for all. From here also you can run for all, and from here also you can run for all. You need to click on that any white space. You should not select any of this. Click on white space and run unit. Okay, so 2 out of 2 flow successfully completed, and here you can see overall coverage increased from 1% to 9%. Generate report. So previously it was okay, percentage was here, not here. This is total contribution of this particular API.xml. That is, out of this 100%, this is 27%. This API.xml do 27% contribution. Out of this 27%, this many of percentage is done. Okay, 33% is done. Okay, so we'll cover next component here. So let's take this verification and then customer state. Let's do for customer state and unit record test. Okay, meanwhile I will create postman for this customer state. Okay, so I'm testing on local, so let me make it local. Localhost 8081. Okay, so this is ready. So go to postman and call this one. Invalid user. The test recorder cannot create test on flow that have mule error. Okay, so what error we are getting, we need to check. Okay, user already exists. Okay, so we need to change this user ID. Okay, before that we need to run it again. So as I mentioned, a unit recorder will not work on error scenario. It will work only on success scenario. So let me change this user ID. Okay, so I will call this one. So recording started, recording completed, configure test. Again I am using the same file. Click on next. So again we have 4 component. This one verify, start. Okay, flow reference we do mock. We will not call actual process, so we will just mock this. Start logger, verify this. Flow reference, mock this data. Everyone clear now? Mock means we are not calling external service. We are like mocking data at that place. So from next time onward, it will not go to its child flow. Data is already mocked here.
Why we got the error that user exists? Then it should have if it was working on mock data, that was
No, user exists our business logic. In that error we got due to our business logic, that mobile number was already registered.
okay. Okay, so it was creating the data actually.
Yeah, actually we are testing our. So when we are calling from postman, it's testing our actual API. And in our actual API we had logic. If mobile number is already there, then customer state will give error that mobile number already exists.
Okay,
So last
maybe
time
I was here like then mock this process is for a minute, not to the actual logic.
I'm not getting. So last time we got error due to some other reason that is not related to this. Last
Okay.
time we got error message since that MUnit recorder will not work on error scenario, and last time we tested error scenario since whatever mobile number I used, that mobile number was already registered, and in our API we developed our API. If that mobile number is already used, then API will throw error. So we got error, our API thrown error, and due to that MUnit given us error. This scenario is error scenario which MUnit recorder will not cover, will not able to test.
Okay. Can you explain this the mock this process and the other difference? Maybe I was confused with this option.
Do not perform any test action. So we will simply ignore this particular component.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mock this processor. So here, this flow reference or this flow reference will call. So this flow reference, what it will do? Flow reference call another child flow or subflow. Child flow or child subflow. So if you will mock the processor, what will happen? Next time onward, when you will run MUnit test cases, it will not call child flow. It will get response from, means that response is already mocked at that particular place. So it will not call child flow.
Okay. Okay.
Verify that processor. So it will just verify that processor is called or not. It will not do anything. Just verify that processor called, yes, that's it. Spy the processor. Spy the processor means what is going input, what is going inside, what is going outside. Only it will validate input is expected and output is expected or not.
Okay. Like black box. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So flow reference is calling external child flow, means child flow or subflow. I don't want to call that child and subflow, so I will mock this response. Start logger. Start logger is not part of our business logic. This is just for monitoring purpose. So I will just verify that process called or not. Flow reference again I will mock, and logger again I will verify. Click on next. Yes. Okay. So new flow got added somewhere. I'm not sure which one is that. Customer state, this one. Now I will test all at a time. So here, so this time it will have 3 flow. So till this point 0 of 0 started. Okay, so 3 of 3 completed, and here you can see coverage. So previously it was 33%, now 60% of this particular API.xml. Slowly this coverage is increasing. Okay, let's move to next part. And you can see here what all mule component is processed using MUnit script, MUnit recorder, or sorry, using MUnit. It will be ticked. This one is green ticked. This all. This all. Now we will test this one. Okay. Okay, so this part is ready. So let's go to verification. Okay, everything is good. Okay, let me call this one. Go here, waiting for input. What happened? 8081/API customer state. This should be verification. Bad request. The input contain invalid data. Amount should be integer. Amount. Amount. Why amount is coming here? In verification, we had anything related to amount? Content type. Oh, sorry. Contact type mobile or email. Country code. Mobile, email, message content. Verification request. Okay, this one is verification request only. Verification request. Fine. Then contact type mobile, country code, this, message this. Bad request. Input contain invalid data. Amount should be integer. Which amount is talking about? We're passing any amount. Header, no. Authorization, no. This is correct or not? Let me quickly check. Customer registration, customer state, verification. Okay, let me check sample payload also. Contact type, country code, mobile, message content. No. HTTP 008081/verification. Okay, I don't know. There was something wrong with request payload. Now it's working fine. Configure test. Next. Okay, I received message on my mobile also. Flow reference. So whatever testing we are doing, this is actual testing. Okay, this doesn't means like this is not actual testing. This is actual testing only they are doing and recording everything for a unit purpose. Okay, mock this, logger, verify this, transform message. So for this transform message, what is going in, what is going out, I want to spy. Okay, so for transform message, I want to do spy what is going in and what is going out. Flow reference, mock this, and logger, verify this. Next, finish. Okay, so this also created. Now I will test all at a time. Run this. Okay, so 4 out of 4 is successful. Error 0, failure 0, fine. Coverage, you can see slowly coverage is increasing from initially it was 1%, now it's 25%. Generate report. So this one we completed 93%. Okay, other we haven't started yet, so it's coming 0 0. Okay, so next we will go for, so here we'll see what component are still missing. Okay, only this one is missing. Once we will cover this one, it will go for 100%. So let me do it for this one. So console one we need to test from API console from here. Oh, why? Okay, let it deploy first. Console should come somewhere. I don't know why it's coming. Okay, so this one is deployed, but for console I'm not getting that console. We can't test from there. Oops. If you want to test this, once console link should come there, and you will click on that, then you will able to test this particular flow. Or let me see if I can call this from Postman also. I think this will be slash console. If I want to call this one slash console instead of slash API, we need to call this slash console. Let me try this. I haven't tried it from Postman. Generally, one console URL should come here, and you can test from there, but it's not coming. It's giving error. So to generate console, what I can do? Reset perspective. I'm not sure why console tab is not coming. There should be one tab which keeps console URL. Let me run in normal. Let me see in normal we are getting console URL or not.